This is actually the first real episode of the Mulligan podcast. I wish we would be able to be at the golf course, but I'm here with Chef Saki-san.
How are you guys doing tonight?
So I'm honored to talk to Mr. Saki here. He's a great inspiration to myself and to mainly everybody that knows him, knowing his story, knowing where he came from and where he's at now. So just want to talk to him a little bit, and hopefully his story will encourage each and every one of you. And so Saki, just first, how are things going?
Oh man, everything's going great. Life's going great. Brand new year, brand new. I can't say brand new me because I'm just working on things, and it's not brand new. It's always a remodel of what I already have. So
Exactly.
everything's going great, man. I appreciate you. How are you doing?
Things are going well. It's starting this new channel, and just hopefully things will take off. And like I always look up to you because it's we have the same mindset. It's always about the grind. It's about always moving forward, pressing forward, no matter what obstacles come across, no matter what. Even if we have to, again, like the Mulligan, we have to take another shot. We learn from the first one and then adjust, pivot, and move forward. And that's what it's all about, right?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we've all made mistakes, but
Mm-hmm.
the best part of making mistakes is growing and learning from the mistakes and doing what's better, right?
100%.
I've done a lot of things that are mistakes, but look at us now. Look what we're doing. We grow, we learn, and that's where we continue.
Yeah, we've known each other, going on 15, 16, 17 years?
15, 16, isn't that crazy?
So
I mean, we used to be young bucks, and look at we.
Man,
we're definitely not young bucks no more, but
we're in our mid-20s, bro.
Oh yeah, mid-20s. I mean, that's crazy. I'm 45.
43. We've come a long way, man.
Yeah, here we are.
Here we are doing it.
Still progressing,
Yep.
Still learning, definitely enjoying life, and continuing on with our journey.
Yeah, 100%. So, one of the things I always remember, every year your wife always posts on social media about your story.
Right.
And always shows a caption of you.
Yeah.
So I just want you to share with whoever is watching, kind of how you started life, basically. And
oh man, so it is a little crazy because every time I share the story, people are kind of like, "Are you serious?"
It could be a movie.
Yeah, people are like, "Oh, we can write books about it," but I mean, I feel like it's an ordinary story, but
it's an extraordinary story. It's not an ordinary story.
Appreciate that. So a little bit about myself. I was born in 1980. Came to America in 1986. Part of the Khmer Rouge story, if people haven't heard, there's the whole killing field story.
Where at?
In Cambodia.
Mm-hmm.
In Cambodia. I was born in a refugee camp on the border of Cambodia and Thailand. Cowidong camp, which no longer exists, but they still have remnants of it. I've been back to Cambodia, and I've been back to Thailand, and a lot of people don't know exactly where it's at.
So that kind of history's been forgotten.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So there's just only remnants of the area of the story. But you can still, Google it and kind of find a spot for it. But I mean, as far as finding where it's at, it's very, very hard to find. But the whole killing field story, my mom survived it. Family came to America in 86 and moved to Stockton. I wouldn't say moved to Stockton, California, but located to Stockton, California. Then moved to Boston, Massachusetts, and then ended up in Bakersfield, California.
I'm going one way to the next.
Yeah, I mean, just moving, just traveling United States and finding out where we belong. And we ended up in Bakersfield, California. Went through 11 different schools in 11 different years. Ended up graduating here in Bakersfield High School. Woo woo. And ended up joining the military in 1999.
Right out of high school?
Right out of high school. 18 years old, didn't know anything, but...
What made you want to join the military?
Part of it was wanting to give back to the country that kind of saved, I wouldn't say saved Cambodian, but saved our family or saved my family. Another part was trying to make sure that I got my citizenship the right way, um, which is hard to say because there's not really there's a right way, but I just wanted to make sure that my citizenship was good.
You never had to worry about anything.
Exactly. I just wanted to, I don't know, just give back. Just one of those things where I felt like I was deserving to be in America, and I wanted to give back and feel like my country deserved, my service in a certain way. So did that for 6.5 years.
Were you deployed or anything like that during that 6.5 years?
Yeah. So I was a hospital corpsman. Did 6.5 years. Did 2 years in Chicago, Great Lakes, for boot camp and then A school, and then ended up with the Marines in Camp Pendleton.
Oh, nice.
1-5, and then ended up with First Combat Engineer and was deployed to Iraq. So we went in I believe it was January, February 2003. And then,
so things are still pretty fresh after.
Yeah, I mean, war wasn't even like confirmed yet, but we were already stationed there. We were ready to go to war because we already knew we were going to war. Didn't know when we were gonna come home. Didn't know our whole complete mission. You just follow orders. But we accomplished our mission and came back in, I believe it was August or September of the same year. So, but yeah, I just did one tour. Pretty tough. My daughter was born there when I was in Iraq. Got a Red Cross call. Hey, you have a daughter, 9.5 pounds.
So you weren't even be able to be there when she was born. You're serving our country.
Yeah. So I loved it. At the same time, I hated it. Just not being there for the family. Very, very hard. So that's why I only did 6.5 years. Couldn't do the 20. But served my country. So I'm happy for that.
Always thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
So after the military 6.5 years, what happened? Where did Saki's life take him?
So Saki's life, got out, wanted to be a nurse, but then ended up in the kitchen learning teppanyaki.
Right.
Yeah, so this, one of my other passions was cooking. Like I love to cook. So I got out, had a family friend that worked in a restaurant that did teppanyaki, and so he got me in. So became the dishwasher, and then became the helper, and then learned to become the chef. So
literally started from the bottom.
Yeah, literally started from the bottom. You had to get some steps and get some experience, and then they finally made me a chef, or I would say a cook, because chef is a great title.
Yeah.
So made me a cook, learn some things, learn the trade, and continue on with that journey. And that journey paused and continued throughout. But as a corpsman in the Navy with the Marines, decided to pursue my career of the medical field and became a respiratory therapist, and loved that. Loved that. So instead of nursing, respiratory was where I headed.
Oh, nice.
Journey continued with trying to do the catering and trying to do the farmers market with that.
Far East Flame.
Yeah, Far East Flame. Far East Flame. A crazy story. So crazy story happened with that. We had an apartment fire that happened the weekend before our opening at Far East Flame at the farmers market. And I was working at the restaurant. The wife called, say, "Hey babe, there's a fire," and then told the restaurant I had to leave like emergency, and came home. Firefighters were here. Wife was in tears, like, "Hey, what?" Just crazy stuff going on. And I had a business partner that was helping me out with the Far East Flame, and she said, "If you don't want to do it, if you don't want to open, it's okay. We understand." She was a friend before a business owner, but I told her, I said, "Hey, no reason to stop, no reason not to open it. Let's do it." And we did it, and it helped out a lot just to get the stress off of our apartment burning. And we had a lot more customers than expected.
I remember.
Yeah, and I was actually overwhelmed. Yeah. Like it was,
you were the only one cooking too.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. So, but it went great. But we had to replan everything because I wasn't ready to do that, because I think inside I was still emotionally stressed out, emotionally hurt with everything that's going on. But you as a man,
with the apartment,
with the apartment, you as a man, you want to keep face in front of your wife, your family, just everything that's going on, like, hey, everything's great.
But inside, just like,
inside,
man,
you're and you struggle. Like I
think most men that can relate that, they try to be strong for everybody else, but inside they're like, man, what's the next step?
Yeah, I mean, just even talking about this, like I almost want to have tears because it just takes me back to like, damn, I was hurting really, really bad.
Well, even like before then, I'm just to kind of backtrack. Like you said, you had your kid in the military. You were married before.
Yeah.
And setbacks happen, things happen, life happens.
Yeah.
And now you're dealing with another situation, but you're with your new wife.
Yeah.
It's crazy where things, what's the word I'm looking for? Where life puts us and the people in our lives.
Oh, definitely.
What happens and the trajectory. Like you said, you're doing respiratory therapy, but unfortunately that didn't pan out for because mistakes we make.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You never think about like all the past mistakes that you make is gonna come back up.
Yeah. And it had nothing to do with like messing up a patient, but it was something that happened years before that just randomly popped up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was young, getting out of the military, had some alcohol issues, had some, other issues that, unfortunately I made mistakes, and those are the things that you learn from. And it cost me, it kind of cost me a career in a certain way. I ended up getting my license back, but just going through hoops and steps, I was like, do I want to do with this? And so that's why I turned to my electrical career. So
explain that journey, because that's tough, right? Going to trying to become an electrician, working with the union, doing things that you normally that wasn't on your mind at the time.
You know what? I've
respiratory therapist to electrician. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So from that journey, you know what? I'm gonna take a step back because it didn't even cross over to electric or respiratory to electrical, I actually was a restaurant manager.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, I was a manager at Chili's for a while, and it was just one of those things where doing a lot of time, not getting a lot of money. You sacrifice a lot of time, and I love the food industry. That's why I still do what I do. But it was good for me at that time. Now that I look back, I was like, it's a lot of sacrifice, but it was definitely good for me at that time. So one day, as a manager at Chili's, decided I wanted to be an electrician. Just popped up, just wanted to be an electrician. Read about them, looked into a union, read a lot of good things about that. I'm a hands-on guy, and decided, hey, this is what I want to do. This is a great future, pension, medical benefits, just everything. So why not?
Might as well give it a try, right?
Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. I'm already.
You only knows when we don't do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So went to the hall, signed up, took the test, passed the test, and then there was a board interview, and went into the interview, and I felt like I did great, and ended up getting into the union, getting into the apprenticeship program.
How was that?
I'm not gonna lie, because
for our future electricians here.
For future electricians, you don't have to be the smartest guy. You just have to put in your time. Study, do a little bit of learning. But the union, I mean, honestly, for me, it's done great in my life. And you don't necessarily have to go to college. And kudos to all the college people. Like, hey, that's awesome. But vocational and trade school, carpenters, electricians, linemen, plumbers. I mean, those are all trades that AI is never, ever, ever gonna replace.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
AI can replace my professor gig, but AI can't dig ditches and plant solar. And...
Yeah. No one's ever gonna replace you, though.
No, God. Thank you.
So, so, but the electrical trade, man, it's taken me into wonders, and financially, it has taken me to a more relaxing place in my life. By no means I'm not rich, but by all means I'm definitely good and comfortable because of the electrical work that the union has provided for me. So,
and then just recently, what's happened with the electrician job?
Oh man, so I've been very, very fortunate, and that the company has seen some work that I've been doing, and put a lot of faith in me, that they made me a foreman, which is so awesome. I never thought about being a foreman, but there's people who have faith and belief in you, and that's just awesome. So,
and how long have you been doing it now?
I've only been an electrician for 10 years, so short term. It's not long term like a lot of these guys who've been doing it for 20, 25 years. But you're still learning. I'm still learning. I'm never gonna ever be the top guy, but I will always learn and be that guy to be there. So,
And like you said, because of the life trajectory, things that have taken you places. And like you said, you joined the military because you wanted to give back to your country, but it didn't stop when you left the military. Last year or the year before, you're honored by the Condors.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You've gotten recognized for the dividend pivot golf tournaments for everything that you give back to the military community.
Yeah.
So that's awesome that you're still giving. You still have that giving spirit, because some people are like, you know what, I'm done. They start this new chapter, but you said, no, this everything that I've got wasn't just for me, it's for everyone else as well.
Yeah, so I'm definitely involved with the veterans
Mm-hmm.
community. As a veteran, you got to give back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like I need to give back because the veterans have helped me out in so many different ways. From canopy to comrades.
Mm-hmm.
My first time ever skydiving. Thank you, Josh Connor, for helping me. Get in with um, certain people, and I mean, to get me in with Chad. I mean, thank you, Chad, for getting me in to fly. And Josh Connor was second Operation Chance. Just helping out the community, and to be honored by the Condors was just like, it gave me chills just to see that what you did back then, people actually recognize that. And I continue to give back, doing tempiyaki catering to the veterans. So
And what's the name of your business right now?
Sandstorm Teppanyaki Catering. That's what we do Saturdays and Sundays.
You'll find them on Google, Yelp,
Yeah.
all the great reviews, great stuff.
That's just a part-time job, because that's what my love is. That's what I want to do. That's what I love to do. Um, Electrician, I love doing that too. But that's still my work job, my future, my retirement. Uh, but Sandstorm, that's my love. That's my baby.
That's your passion.
That's my passion. And I still give back. I still do catering parties. And I just love giving back to the veterans, because veterans love giving back to me. And we've shown each other love, and just want to continue that with just Kern County in general. So
no, you're always involved in the community. I see you on social media doing different things, so it's great, because it's just not words, it's actions.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and so in life, like we just talked about, you've had so many changes in life.
Yeah.
And with the Mulligan Mindset, we know in golf, where we like to go golfing, we golf together often. And when, we always say, hey, you can take a mulligan on the front nine and the back nine. You pick which one you want to do it on, and usually when we do it is because we had that bad shot.
Yeah.
So how are you able to adjust in each stage of your life to take that different sight picture, to readjust your shot, to take a different club at life, and to make sure that the next shot you take is the one that's going to get you to where you want to be?
So
but sometimes we don't know what that hit's going to look like, right?
Oh, that's true. That's true. You think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Right. I've had a lot of bad shots in my life, and the only thing I try to do is look forward, right? Like, what can I do for the next shot? So
can't think about that past hit. You got to think about the one we're hitting right now, right?
So, say, for example, on a par 5, right, we hit this great driver, and we're always thinking, okay, on in 3. And then you hit a bad second shot. And you're like, well, you know what? I have one more good shot to get it on in 3. So the mindset is always, even if you had a bad shot, think about setting up your next shot, getting it to the right place so you have a chance to get a par. So even if you had a great shot on the first one, and then boom, you trip, fall off the horse, bad shot on the second one, you still got the third shot. You still have shots to to take to get you to get a par. So the mindset is always about, it doesn't matter if you start off great and you trip and fall. The next one is about getting you to the right place, the right mindset to continue on with your journey.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. And even like you're talking about, try to get that par, but there's some holes where we get double bogeys, triple bogeys.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But what happens? What if we get a double bogey or triple bogey on hole 3?
Hey, hole number 4.
That's right. That's right.
It's a new one.
It's a new one.
And you know what?
We can make up those strokes, right?
That's it. You're not gonna get a triple on that one. Put your mind in the right place. Like, hey, it's all right.
Yeah.
I had a bad shot. You know what? That's just a bad hole. That's just a bad journey, a bad, week that I had. Next week, I'm gonna have a better week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit it right. I'm gonna go straight and eventually get that birdie that we want. So
100%. Still looking for the eagle. But but it's not easy, right?
No.
It takes sacrifice.
No.
And that's one thing, like I tell people, it's like we can have all these goals, but if we don't have the steps to reach those goals, those goals really doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Because we're not setting up our next shot. We're not thinking how we're going to get to where we want to be at.
Right.
And everything that you've accomplished, from being in the refugee camp to being an electrician to owning your own home, having a beautiful family. Like we're in your man cave right now holding this, or, I bet you when we first met 15, 16 years ago that you probably would have never thought we would be here. But you're like, okay, but I want to get there. So these are the things I have to do that.
Yeah. So, what I did with my wife, what we did together was just set up short-term goals and long-term goals, and just hit the short-term goals to reach the long-term goals. Baby steps.
Yes.
And it took us a while.
Baby steps, you're still moving forward.
Always moving forward.
Always moving forward.
Whether it's crawling or walking, still moving forward. I mean, it took us a long time to get where we're at. Hell, it went from the apartment fire to owning your own house. I mean, it took 10 years, and that's okay. It's okay that it's going to take a long time to get where you're at, but as long as you get there,
you keep on pursuing it.
That's all that matters.
You don't just stop and be like, you know what, life threw me a wrench, or hey, this sucks, I'm just going to quit.
Yeah.
Because you can't, right?
But we're not content. Never be content, because then you'll just be lazy, and if you're lazy, you'll never move forward.
That's right. So I think that's one of the reasons why we've been able to remain close as much as we have over the years, because there's a lot of people in our lives that were there, but they still might be there in different ways. We kind of talked about that earlier, but that closeness isn't there.
Yeah.
But it's because when people have the same mindset, you gravitate to each other because you hold each other accountable. You held me accountable a lot. Like, hey, bro, like, what are you doing? Or like, hey, Saki, I see you doing this. Like, hey, what's going on here? And so you need those people to hold you accountable, be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because some people don't want to be honest because, I'm going to lose a friend, or I'm going to do that. But at the end of the day, you have to be real with one another.
Yeah. The truth, whether it hurts or not, is the best thing ever. We're never ever going to lie to each other.
No, never.
We're always going to tell each other the truth, whether it hurts or not.
That's right.
It's the truth. Like, hey,
And sometimes it sucks. You're like, I didn't want to hear that.
Like,
you're right, but I don't want to hear that. Tell me what I want to hear.
Yeah. And that's why we're friends, because we don't tell each other what we want to hear. We tell each other what the truth is. And that's the best thing in life. I mean, that's the best thing for a marriage. Like,
yes.
Just
be honest, communicate.
It's gonna hurt. There's a lot of things I tell my wife I don't want to tell my wife. Like, I'm seriously, there's a lot of things, but the truth is the best thing ever. Like, I always get it from her. Like, why didn't you tell me the truth? Like, I would, kind of fib in certain things, and say, no, well, I just didn't want to. She's like, no, you need to tell me the truth.
Yeah.
And
how long you been married now?
13 years.
13 years, yeah.
13 years. What was it? 2026. Hey, I'm a guy. I forget these things. So we got married May 12th.
It's on your shirt, bro.
Oh, so this is it, right? Matter of fact, May 12th, 2012. It was at 26. Yeah, 13 years. Can't say it's always been gravy. No. It's definitely been a struggle.
Marriage is probably the hardest thing anybody has to do.
Marriage is a full-time job outside your full-time job.
100%.
Continue to date.
All the time.
Continue to date. That is the best thing. Best advice I can give you is continue to date your spouse. Love your spouse. I can't say compromise, but I can say...
I just did a whole episode about compromising, where it doesn't resolve anything. Because that means neither person's getting their need met. You got to communicate and say, hey, this is what I need. This is what I need. How we can get these needs met.
It's crazy because it's a short-term compromise, but it's definitely not a long-term compromise. Yeah. It's like,
because the issue will come back.
Yeah. You got to resolve the main issue.
And we have a lot of friends who have gotten divorced and things have happened in relations because not telling the truth when it needs to be told, not having those crucial conversations when they need to be had.
Right.
And, sometimes we want to spare feelings, but sparing feelings can cause long-term destruction.
So one thing about myself is, and my wife hates and loves this at the same time, is I don't sugarcoat anything. So, I am always going to tell her the truth, and whether it hurts her feelings or not. And I sleep on the couch, which is very comfortable. It doesn't matter, because in the end, I tell her the truth and I'm honest with her. And I don't compromise our relationship.
It's too important.
It's too important, man. It's too precious. You've dedicated too much of your time in your life to this one person that's so precious to, screw up anything, just to do anything wrong. Mistakes happen. It's okay. It's okay. Shoot.
You're good.
I've made tons and tons of mistakes in my life, and even in my marriage. But my wife has been there to support me and to walk me through, and hold my hand, even as a man.
The same here, man.
Yeah,
I think we can be the people we are without the women in our life.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I'm not gonna say it's a better half, but it's my other half.
100%.
You see,
it's equal.
That you gotta learn that, guys.
100%.
It's not your better half; it's your other half.
Because it's better than she's the head of the household.
Yeah,
she's the one running things.
Yeah.
As men, we gotta take charge, and we gotta show that we can support our family. We can do the things.
Yeah.
Maybe things that she may be better at.
Oh, definitely.
But it's an equal partnership.
Yeah, definitely equal, man. When you're young, you always think, I'm the man. I got to do this. I got to do that.
It's stressful, man.
No, guys. We are all equal. We are going to help each other out no matter what.
If we try to do it ourselves, then we're just taking that load. And if we're not sharing the good and the bad of what's going on, then they're not going to know what's really happening behind the scenes. And they're like, well, why is he grumpy? Why is he acting like this? But if you share it, they understand, like, well, what is going on?
It's okay to cry. I've cried many times in front of my wife, and it's okay. It's being human. We're all human, man.
100%.
Make some mistakes. We have feelings.
Yeah. And we learn from those mistakes and do better next time.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. It's definitely great having you here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, having me here, having you here.
And like we say, you have to take time for people too, because life, we can get busy, we can get caught up in so many things, but if you don't take time for the people that are important in your life, then what's everything all about?
Yeah, I mean, we just live to do what?
Just to work.
Yeah.
And work's important. Don't get me wrong. I work, 70, 80 hours a week, sometimes more. You work a lot, doing catering, electrician. You're working probably about the same amount of hours. But we make sure that we take time to, keep that camaraderie going on.
Definitely.
Because if not, then what happens? We just get caught up in day to day, and then life just passes you by.
Don't live to work.
Mm-hmm.
You work to live. You work to live, to do certain things and enjoy. I
enjoy
work,
the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to work all the time. Just make time for your family. I mean, when I say family, I'm talking about,
Even
people.
This is family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is family, and this is what it's about. We don't have to be blood. We have to love each other and spend time with each other, and
you don't have to agree with one. There's a lot of stuff we don't agree with. We have our side talks, but at the end of the day, those things don't even matter.
Yeah.
The
one thing I can agree on, this guy's jacket is amazing.
Can't see her. You may not be able to see it.
But both of our teams lost. It's okay.
Buffalo fan, Niner fan.
Niner
it was a rough weekend.
It's rough, but here we are,
consoling each other.
Yeah, loving each other, man.
Yeah.
Two grown ass men can love each other. That's family.
100%.
I appreciate this man right here.
Same here, man.
Thank you so much for everything you've done for me.
Same here, dude. Like, you've gotten me out of binds. You've been there for me when I needed someone to talk to. So, again, family.
Family.
Yeah.
Family. Make sure you spend time with family. Period. No excuses. We all have excuses. We all have things we have to do. There's always chores. There's always honey-do lists. There's always work. There's always this and that. But just always make sure that
you're never going to get that time back when those opportunities are there.
Yeah.
Take advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well,
shoot.
Thank you, brother. Well,
thank you.
Appreciate you. And anything else you want to tell the 20 people that may be watching this?
Love everybody. Give everybody a chance. Just love.
Yeah, that's what we need right now.
That's it.
That's what we need right now.
All right, man.
All right, you have a good one. Thank you. Till the next time on the Mulligan podcast, and then we'll catch you. I'm pretty sure you're going to see Mr. Saki-san again. Next time it's going to be on the golf course when we do this. But thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate you all.
All right.